Howard a round of applause. Very informative opening as far as the dates, the amendments, and as far as the presentation of the video, which if you haven't seen the whole thing, I encourage you all to try to get a copy of it. It's a very motivational kind of thing. If it doesn't get you angry, something's wrong with you. I mean, I don't care from what age you are, from what background you come from. If this doesn't anger you, then I don't know what will. We're going to have a discussion period at this time, questions and or comments. And what I'm going to do is we're going to call on individuals who raise their hand. We ask that you please respect the speakers and not just interrupt or jump out. We'll make sure that everyone gets called on. And if you can be as brief as possible to give everyone an opportunity to speak. We're also going to have, since we have Dr. Howard here, who is an established historian, we're going to have him to contribute as well from his level of expertise as it relates to history. That being said, forgive me if I don't know everyone's name. Some of you are here for the first time. So if I kind of rudely and abruptly point to you, please just state your name, and I will gladly add you to the list of questions and or discussion participants. That being said, let's go from there. We're going to alternate between ladies and gentlemen. John?
Yes.
John Phillips, distinguished from John Vigo. Debbie? I'm sorry?
Question for Dr. Howard?
You want to ask?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Carol Rick, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Excuse me, Carol Rick. Okay.
Yes.
Well, Marty? You can add on, because sometimes what happens is people ask questions and make points. It brings something to your mind that you may ask. So we don't have to have everything established up front. We'll just go from there. So we're going to start with, I'm sorry, excuse me. That way so everyone can hear. We want to make sure that there's no side conversations also, please. Ben, I'll add you down. So John Phillips, John, and then we'll go to Debbie.
Yeah, I have 3 questions for you. How do you feel like the struggle with the civil rights now? How do you feel like that? Do you feel like that plays a part in maybe possibly the days, of surging on like the Occupy movement? And what are the comparisons that you would say toward the Occupy movement, if there's any, and the civil rights movement?
Yeah, well, they both had idealistic and worthy goals. Now, the class orientation is the one that's used by historians, because if you look at the white elite, college professors, even though I come from the holler in eastern Kentucky, 3 generations of coal miners, okay? And I was taught that anti-Semitism and white racism was wrong. But in terms of a lack of moral leadership under, I guess, Reagan to the last nitwit to be Republican President Bush, one of the magazines had a picture of him with a dunce hat as our worst president. He was really dumb. But anyway, under the lack of moral leadership, I think in many ways we've gone backwards. These, Florida especially, I just reviewed a book called The Beast in Florida about the history of white violence against black folk. Of course, Trayvon. Okay, we did 2 marches for Trayvon at my university. Chris didn't know that one of the organizers was a communist. They had fun with that. But anyway, in terms of the mass, especially the mass of whites, they blame their economic decline in status and so forth on people below themselves in the class structure. Okay, so they think, and you guys all remember this, right? When we were younger. Okay, the reason I ain't living well and doing better is because of the goddamn welfare for the spics and the niggers, and I use it in context. Okay, don't. But you understand my point. The welfare queens and so forth. So there's and then they died. And the guy Dunn who shot the black kid, Jordan. And then he said, "I'm the victim." Okay. Oh man. But anyway, and the Occupy movement. Okay, I like to think is just the birth pain of more leftist activists. It takes so much patience to be a revolutionary in our society. Infinite patience. Okay, was that good enough?
hold on, Carol. I'm sorry. We got you on the list. We do have you on the